Bring them away so you can squeeze them, push on the ball joint as the toe comes out. A lot of times when you hear people design shoes to get rid of cellulite, is your thyroid is your ball joint. So when you're at home, okay, just tuck to where it's comfortable for you, wherever, is as you have one leg, is that because of the bunion issue, I'll go and push out my toe and then massage the back of the ball joint of my big toe. You might feel little crunches. Do you feel those little crunches? You'll learn, and Dr. Dean is here now. She was the itty-bitty person up on stage with me. But, you know, when you have a good reflexologist, and Reed couldn't be with us this retreat because he's over at the ballroom competition. I couldn't compete against 300 ballroom dancers that were having a major competition in Tampa that they all paid him to massage their feet over the 4 days. But he wishes that he could be here, he said, because we'll probably do something together. So anyway, I drag on the outside to the center, and then I'll do the opposite finger. So I'll take one finger over and then follow with the following foot. So it's kind of like repetitive dragging towards the center. Feel how that feels? It feels much better than just rotating around in a circle. You drag to the center, so for your optimizing with the lymphatic, how your body just happens to work. It's just crazy that way. So same way why you brush using your hands first before your feet. I mean, it's just crazy. Anyway, you drag to the center and then your other one. So you're continually going to the center and it makes it feel really good. Then you go underneath it, drag up while you're pushing. So keep pushing with the one, drag under. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because we'll do it again when he's got the camera right over me, to where by the time I edit it and put it all together, you'll be able to see right over, as if the camera will be my eyes, okay? But I think you're there when you press down with the thumb and you keep it down while the toe's being pushed out, you drag underneath the other one. Drag under while you maintain. Feel that release? Major. And what I want you to realize, it's with physicians like Dr. Dean that are homeopathic as well as traditional medicine. When you feel all those little crunchies and poppies and all that, that's like crystallizations. That's like all precursors to arthritis, to all kinds of issues that you can have, and all the toxins. So anyway, the ball joint is what you really focus on, and then you move just wiggle between, and go on the back of your toes like what we were doing. So just that feels good after because you just released it all out of the ball joint and pulled it all back. Okay, then you squeeze, stretching. So it's not the toes. It's the metatarsals. Squeeze out, squeeze out, squeeze out, curl it under, stretch it back, curl it under. Now these feel really good when you're in the bathtub, trust me, because the water's all nice and warm. So when you can pull back, I like to go over with the whole palm of my hand, so my fingertips are underneath, so that I can push and pull. And if you have the bunion, you make sure that toe stays out. I just pull it out, and then I push and pull and scrunch over. Now we get to the other one. Ball joint. First you just kind of warm it up. This one I don't have all the little crunchers and poppers inside it. But as you warm up on there, then it's where you push down on it and repetitively go towards the center. You're repetitively dragging to the center. And usually one is not as bad as the other. One hurts more than the other, right? And that's what gets in on it. So now as you keep the pressure on the ball joint, go underneath it to the center, underneath it to the center. And I always suggest it's great to get like a reflexology book. They'll have a design that tells you all the little places and acupressure points as to where you're pressing on your foot, counterparts, another place of your health. Because you could do this yourself. And that's why by adding the foot fitness on there. Okay, so now we have on that, then we go to everyone behind, because we just work these poor puppies, you know, as our whole bodies was pressing. Stretch out, go behind each one, and then stretch out, but you're not pulling on the toes, you're stretching with the metatarsals. You're grabbing the back of those bones, you're pulling and stretching on the metatarsals. We'll go through this again later in the retreat, so you'll have the visuals. So you're stretching. So now that I've got a camera, I can show. You're same with the flopped open foot position. You're dragging out on the metatarsals. This is where you hold. This is where you hold a lot of toxicity. It's the top of the foot. That's why that rolling over hurt so bad the first time you did it. It's like, but but it's what, once you get rid of the toxins, then you can receive the nutrients and everything else in there. Okay, so stretching across, I'm pulling the joint at the big toe, and above that low, I'm pulling apart there. And then I'll drag, pull out. Then as I was saying, keeping that big toe out, I use the top of my hand just to curl it on over. And then I make sure that toe stays up as I pull it back, pushing and pulling. Meaning I'm pushing with my foot and pulling with my hand as I'm pushing that toe out to keep the toe alignment. I curl it on over, and I pull it back.